Hello guys, and welcome back to the to my channel. Welcome back to the vlogs that I'm trying to do. You probably wonder what the hell was the first bit of the of this video, which seemed that I'm taking the car abroad, and indeed that was the idea behind today's video, where I was heading to Belgium for a weekend, and I wanted to take you guys all with me and hopefully share my experience there and allow you to experience it for yourselves. However, on my arrival back, I've learned that unfortunately, for some unknown reason to me, all the video footage that I've made either got corrupted or didn't get saved properly. So long story short, I've lost everything that I've filmed, and there's nothing to share with you. However, an idea that came to my mind, and I hope you guys will find it useful and beneficial, is to share with you how much does it cost to actually take your car and go to the Europe. So I'll share all the costs that I've experienced myself, and hopefully this will be helpful to some of you, as you might be surprised in the end that it's not as expensive as many people think it is. I've decided to make this video from the comforts of my car while driving around and doing a few bits and bobs today. The weather, as you can probably see from the background, is quite miserable. It's really grey. It's raining the whole day, so not the sunniest of the days. That beep that you probably just heard is my car complaining that she needs a bit of fuel. So that was going to be one of the things I'll need to do later on, and stop and get it refueled. However, back to the main topic, which is the trip itself. So the journey that I did was London to Brussels to Ghent and to Bruges. So most of you probably have heard of these places, and I have to say that Bruges and Ghent are two absolutely amazing places, and I would really recommend you guys going there. And then Brussels is a really interesting city as well. For those of you who like your beers, you'll find that place particularly interesting, because they have a pub in Brussels which has more than 2,000 different beers, I believe. So they give you literally a magazine once you enter the pub, and you can choose any of your beers, and they have loads of different drinks from all over the world. So really interesting place. It's located in pretty much central Brussels, really convenient to access, and if you're staying somewhere centrally, is really convenient. The bar itself is called Delirium, and they also have their own beer, which is quite cool. Some of you might have seen it before. It's a bottle, normally a greyish bottle, with pink elephants on it, so quite a quirky design, and yeah, something really worth trying if you are into your Belgian beers. However, back to the main topic of this video, the cost of getting me from London back and forth. And one thing I also try to do is actually compare it to the cost of you going there by train or a plane. So first of all, the things you'll need to consider and worth checking is your insurance policy, as not all of them will cover you for any accidents or potential things that might happen while you are outside of UK. So before you do any journeys like that, I would really recommend you guys check that and make sure you are fully covered, as you definitely don't want any surprises while you are there. Then next thing, make sure you get all the relevant items for the car, such as your stickers with the GB a flag or letters on them, as that's a legal requirement, I believe, in most of the European countries. And then make sure, because your car probably is right-hand drive, and obviously in Europe they drive on the other side of the road, so make sure you have the I'm not sure how they're called, but basically the stickers that go on your headlamps, to make sure that if you're driving on the darker side of the day, so evenings, afternoons, when it's kind of becoming dark and you start using your headlamps, that you don't basically blind the drivers coming onto you. So those are the two things to consider. And then the cost itself. So there's two options for you to get from UK to Europe. One of them being the Eurotunnel, which is the train, which you've seen me boarding in the beginning of the video, which I personally prefer. It's really quick, 35 minutes, and you are in France, in Calais. And the other option being obviously the ferry from Dover to Calais as well. However, that's a bit longer. I've took it last year when I went to France. That takes around an hour and a half to 2 hours from memory, so a bit longer. So if you can get Euroshuttle, saves you a lot of time, and money wise it's the same. So the Eurotunnel costed me, for my car, and it's the same price for all the small cars, so 190 to 200 quid. If you find a deal, maybe the price could go down to something as low as £160, which in my opinion is quite a good deal. On top of that, you'll obviously need fuel. So surprisingly, because quite a big leg of your journey is done on a ferry or the train, the fuel consumption isn't that massive. So what I've done when there, my car is using around 52 to 55 miles per gallon, and with that sort of consumption, you are looking at the current fuel prices of around 126, 127. You're looking at around 60 quid in fuel, so I'd say it's not too bad. So the total cost you're looking is around £250. And if you think in a car which you can share between 4, sometimes even 5 people, obviously not if you drive an Audi TT, because as you can see there's no bloody space in the back there. £250 between 4 of you or 5 of you is a real bargain price. If you compare that to a Eurostar, which can get you to Brussels, I believe the prices there start 200 to 250 per head. They sometimes do post some offers, however all of them that I've seen were normally Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday travelling, which obviously would require you to take a lot more holidays at work, and it's maybe not convenient if you work Monday to Friday, which is the case for me. So you can get there for a weekend for quite a bargain price, as well as time-wise it's not that long. So it takes you around 2 hours from London to get to Folkestone, where you board the ferry. If you time it well, you're probably going to spend an hour there, and then from Calais to Brussels you're looking probably at another 2 hours. So a total journey of around 5 to 6 hours is probably realistic. If you compare that to flying, and you live in London and you use one of the airports that's not City or not Heathrow to make it cheaper, so you're looking at Gatwick, Stansted, Luton, to get there takes you around an hour, I'd say, depending on where you live, obviously. Then all the securities, waiting times and all of that jazz, and then the flight itself. So realistically you are probably looking at roughly the same time. However, being there with the car gives you a lot more flexibility, as well as you don't have to think about things you can take with you on the plane, things you can or want to take. You just load all of it in the boot of your car and you're there. So for those of you who are looking to travel to Belgium or France, I'd really recommend to consider driving there as an option, as long as you don't mind spending a bit of time in the car. As I personally enjoyed travel in a car, so it's quite a entertaining and fun thing for me. But then I know some people don't really like to spend that many hours in a car, so can't really blame you. However, for those of you who are maybe a bit more cost savvy and looking for a cheaper way to get away and enjoy Europe, yeah, car is a really good and convenient option. So hopefully guys, you found this video useful. Unfortunately it isn't really the video I wanted to make, which would be to actually take you to Belgium with me and show around and show some cool places. So this video might have been a bit too long and a lot of me talking and not much happening. However, the purpose of the video really was to share the information with you and hopefully help some of you guys to bring a different option to your travels, which I was quite surprised about when I'd done this journey in the car for the first time. I was really surprised with the cost. I was expecting it to be a lot more. The key kind of learning I had was make sure you have all your paperwork with you, all the bits sorted for the car, all the documents ready. So those are probably the biggest things really for me. If you did like the video and consider the option of going to Europe with a car, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear what's your plan, where you're planning to go. Maybe I'll be able to recommend you some nice places around. If not, hopefully you didn't think that this video was a complete waste of your time, as that would be quite a shame. If you did like a video, press thumbs up. Your likes are really appreciated. Subscribe to the channel, there's a lot more stuff to come. And then yeah, hopefully your day today is a lot nicer than mine and it's not as rainy and grey. So thank you for your time guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, like, leave me a comment, and I shall see you soon. Cheers, bye.